everybody, and welcome back, and welcome to the weekend. Almost. We're still technically a few hours away, but we're looking just far enough ahead to see, after some potential showers in the forecast tonight, a cold front racing across eastern Kentucky Sunday night. That's going to look just similar enough to the one on Halloween to give us cause of concern. We'll talk about that in much more detail. We do have, however, right now, an issue from the National Weather Service out of Jackson that has us in a slight category for severe weather. A cold front moving at a pretty good clip is going to race across eastern Kentucky Sunday night. Out in the front of this, well, showers, isolated thunderstorms, possibly during the day Sunday. South winds are going to increase and start to really blow about Sunday afternoon. And a line of showers, maybe an embedded thunderstorm even, is expected to go alongside the cold front through our region at some point Sunday night. And that's right now when we expect the strongest winds to occur. And right now, we're in a slight risk category for those damaging winds, as depicted in the Storm Prediction Center's thunderstorm outlook for Sunday and Sunday night. Now, this system right now bearing a pretty good striking resemblance, says the National Weather Service out of Jackson, to the same storm, or to the storm which brought about possibly the same conditions. Well, the night of Halloween, you may recall, similar to that, the line of showers accompanying the front may not contain any thunder, but still could produce some damaging wind gusts, and those were serious, 40, 50, 60 mile per hour for some of us. So this system's still a long way out, still kind of gathering together, and a lot could change. It could go either way. Just kind of giving you a heads up that before the weekend's over, you want to make sure you check back in on the weather. Before all of that, sunny, 60s tomorrow, not so sunny but near 70 Sunday. But before all of that, this is what you've got to expect over the course of your Friday evening. I'll have your latest update on the weather before we leave you. Covering other headlines tonight, we'll be discussing robberies in eastern Kentucky, a plea deal accepted by one serial bank robber, your Friday candidate filings update for McGoffin County candidates, and a special invitation for the Christmas parade. It's been set a week later this year as last, but the calendar is a bit shorter by a week between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so I guess it all washes out. Nevertheless, I've got one of Santa's helpers here tonight to tell us about what they're working on thus far. And we've got a new air medical service in the viewing area that was used last night. We'll talk briefly about that service and how it adds to an already established array of services of that nature, and much more before I leave you. Before we get to all that, though, in addition to the recent robbery in Virgie, where police are still looking for clues and leads and evidence in the case, a serial bank robber in Floyd County has accepted a plea deal. He did so today in court, accepting a proposed deal of 18 years in prison. While state police and Pike County authorities are continuing to search for information leading them to the identity of two men, one who entered the bank in Virgie this week armed with a handgun demanding cash and walking out to meet another individual, the second suspect waiting on the getaway vehicle, a green Honda Foreman, which was used to make their getaway. So far, still no new developments in the case. But in regards to another series of bank robberies in the eastern Kentucky area, a Blue River man of Floyd County has accepted 18 years as his sentence. 31-year-old Scotty Bradley stood indicted in Floyd County related to 5 counts related to a string of robberies across Floyd County in the months of May and June of this year, but he accepted a plea deal today with prosecutors, confessing to the crimes in court, confessing to the robbery on May the 15th of the Allen Double Quick, to the attempted robbery on June the 1st of the Family Dollar Store in Betsy Lane, to the June 4th robbery of the Subway, and the McDowell Stop and Shop robbery, I believe on the same day. Also, one charge of being a persistent felony offender. All that also in addition to a charge of escape, where he had escaped officials after being indicted by a grand jury. And all of that supersedes a prior robbery conviction on his record. Bradley is set to be formally sentenced on December the 20th, once again accepting the deal for 18 years in prison. It's so new it doesn't even have a name, but it does have an amazing taste. All its eggs, butter, syrup, plus your choice of any of our dozens of DQ toppings with a little whipped cream on top, and of course some of our world-famous DQ soft serve. And you can add bacon, sausage, or even a little country ham for a full-blown breakfast treat. So sink your taste buds into a quarter or even half-pound grill burger fixed exactly like you like it. And you want to know the best part? James says you can have either one for breakfast as early as you want, but only at your Sagersville DQ.
Have a buck, get a truck. Now at Hutch Chevrolet, buy any new or pre-owned truck or car for $1. And get a shotgun or rifle just in time for deer season. If you got $1, get a truck. For example, 2013 Chevy Silverado was $37,000. Bucks and trucks price $25,990. Only at Hutch Chevrolet Buick GMC in Paintsville, Kentucky.
Game time means wing time at Lee's, and that means it's time for you to try our new buffalo wings. I can't tell you our secret, but I can tell you they're marinated and then rolled in our famous, albeit a little spicy, crispy chicken batter and served up with any of our 7 delectable sauces. So get your hands on a meal or a box today at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe, where no one does chicken like we do chicken.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Well, here's a commercial of sorts. I dropped in on my friends over at Conley's Kawasaki and Polaris of Paintsville earlier today. Shot this video. Don't have it edited for a commercial yet, but I need to show you something before the weekend. This is the new Terex 800. Yes, I said 800. And this is the new two-seater model with a whole lot of storage behind the 2 seats. And it is redone all over with the new 800 motor. They've also got a new 14 model, same killer Kawasaki color, in a 4-seater as well. And they've got only 2 left of the brand new Polaris RZR XP 1000s. It's the last 2 they're going to get of this model year, he says. They've been so popular. 107 horsepower. I wrote it. It's a hoot. Oh my gosh. But more important and more impressive maybe even than the power itself, it rides better than anything that I have ever driven on or off the road. Simply amazing ride and handling and response. They've got 2 left, both of them this particular color and style, and they won't last long. If you've been wanting to see one, you better hurry. They've already sold several this model year, and these are the last 2 they're told that they're going to get. And Kawasaki and Polaris both have special financing. Polaris has 72 months financing through the end of the year, and after that it will be gone, so you'll want to be sure and check it out. And that's 5.99%. Go see my friends at Conley's Kawasaki and Polaris of Paintsville for these killer rides and a whole lot of other ATVs and motorcycles and more. 39, ladies and gentlemen, 39 days until Christmas, and it will be here in a flash. Well, before that arrives, though, Sagersville-Montgomery County will celebrate with its annual Sagersville Hometown Christmas. This year's theme, the joy of Christmas. And I have one of Santa's helpers tonight, co-organizer of the parade alongside Melissa Patrick. Michelle Conley tonight extends a special invitation to all to either participate, be a spectator, or both if you can. Hard to believe, but it's the 7th annual Hometown Christmas celebration of Sagersville. It's been a huge hit and success every year, and I agree with Michelle wholeheartedly. In addition to being such a phenomenal success, it is a magical event.
It is. It's a great time of year where everybody comes together for the true meaning of Christmas. And, you know, this year, just like years past, you know, we want to invite everybody out, your churches, organizations. There's committees out there that we don't know about. You know, if you want to get together and sing Christmas carols on the street, if you want to do a float, anything that you are interested in doing, please contact us. Last year we had a doctor's office gave out, I think they had hot dogs and all kinds of different things for the kids, I think, to play. And Melissa and I, it's really hard for us because when that day comes, we get to the cabins, we do the opening ceremony, and we don't get to see everything that actually is going on because we have to go up to the to line up the parade and everything. But when we come back, everybody's kind of settled down and now they're ready for the parade. So we miss all of the big excitement down there. But last year I was fortunate enough to get to see the dancers and the churches and a couple of people that participated on the stages, and it was so great. New Generation Worship's sign group, it brought tears to my eyes. I mean, I had chills up my spine. It was a really, really, really touching moment for me, and I know that it had to be for many more that was there. and the dancers, and just to see the groups come out and participate, and that draws more people out as well. So, you know, we want everybody to come out, whether it's pretty or it's snowing. I mean, I love it when it snows. And in the parade, we had one a few years ago, and it was snowing. It was beautiful. So we want to invite everybody out. It does start again at 3 o'clock this year at the cabins, but instead of in the main front there at the cabins, we're moving everything to the stage. So everything will be there. They'll give out the bicycles there, and then they'll still have the cider and the cookies in the cabin there. And then also the Christmas tree will be lit next to Sayersville National Bank at 5:30, and Elk Creek Church is singing to light the tree. And then at 6 the parade will start. So like I said, come out and enjoy the festivities, but most of all, participate. Contact Melissa or I. Get a group together and decorate a float and do it. Just it's magical. That day when the lights go out and that parade comes through there, it's just a magical event. So come out and enjoy and participate.
Couldn't have said it better myself, and indeed it is. I mean, it's small in size in comparison to some other, I'm sure if you drove for hours, some Christmas-related event, but it has been such a wonderful success, and it's become a really important part of our Christmas season to kind of kick it all off. And this year it's on Saturday, December the 7th, so keep that in mind. They're asking everyone to decorate storefronts in the downtown area, put up your lights, whatever you can do. And if you would like to participate in any form or fashion whatsoever, whether it's caroling, cookies, cider, hot cocoa, whatever, Michelle can be reached at 367-7700. Melissa at 794-6561. Plans are underway for the Hometown Christmas Celebration, the 7th annual, believe it or not. And ladies and gentlemen, December the 7th will be here before you know it. In fact, well, it's right now 3 weeks away. A medical call last night to emergency personnel resulted in a small McGoffin County child being airlifted to a trauma center. The vehicle of transport was the latest company to be serving via air the Eastern Kentucky and Viewing area. As for the child, I have few details. Obviously a juvenile, but I'm told the child had been sick at home for quite some time and either relapsed or just became suddenly worse last evening. CPR was done via 911 instructions over the phone with family members, but it's my understanding that the child was conscious and alert and talking before being loaded into the ambulance and then taken to a landing zone. We certainly hope that the small child is doing better, and we believe that is the condition tonight, even though we don't have an official report. But unbeknownst to me last night, the helicopter that was called to transport the small child was from the Air Evac Company, which has just opened its base in Inez in Martin County. They've opened up the base there and are now serving the Eastern Kentucky and Viewing area. This service is in addition to the Air Methods Company, which has HealthNet 7, Kentucky 9 out of Martin County, Kentucky 4 from Hazard, I believe Kentucky 10 out of Mount Sterling, PHI, which has 2 different posts. I believe one of their bases is in Moorhead. I'm not for certain of the other. And then AirVac, which now has several different locations, Ironton, Manchester, and then the one in Martin County, which was utilized last evening. I've still got candidate filings and some other news coming up in a few moments. Right now, just a brief community calendar, actually. Don't have a brief one very often, but we do tonight with a few reminders and a couple of announcements, all sponsored by McGoffin Farm Bureau. A reminder that the McGoffin County Women's Club still has fresh pecans, folks. The holidays will be here and gone before you know it, and so will the fresh pecans. $10 per bag. Call 349-5918 or any McGoffin County Women's Club member. And also coinciding with our hometown Christmas celebration, going through that parade, we believe, will be a whole lot of pageant winners. The Miss McGoffin County Scholarship Pageant Organization is sponsoring the Miss and Master Christmas Sparkle Pageant. It's the night before the parade, December the 6th at the Sayersville Grade School in the gym. And they're going to follow the same criteria as the Miss and Master Firecracker pageants, but they're adding prettiest eyes, prettiest hair, prettiest smile. They've got age groups all the way from newborns all the way up to our high school students and teenagers. If you would like to participate or learn more, 496-7304 or 367-3992. Now, I've got one more announcement that just came in. I don't have it typed in, but I had a viewer call concerned about a pet. It's a great, I always have such a hard time, gray Weimaraner. I got that right, didn't I? That's how you say it. They're beautiful animals. A gray Weimaraner. The dog was last seen looking lost on Route 7 in the Mason Creek area. It's frightened, won't let anyone touch it, but it stays on the road, and they're scared to death it's going to be hit. So this was right around the Mason Creek area, I believe, that they saw it. A gray Weimaraner, they believe certainly someone's pet that's strayed off, wandered off, and they're so worried about its safety. So if that sounds familiar, if you want more specific details, I don't have the phone number in front of me. I'm sure I can get it for you. Call me, and we'll try to make sure that you find out more about the pet that's last seen on Mason Creek, and they believe certainly someone's lost animal. The McGoffin County Funeral Home brings us one local listing this evening for the area. They now have services which have been set in honor of 74-year-old Helen Howard Rose of Strawberry Plains, Tennessee, who passed away on November the 12th. Formerly of McGoffin County, she was married to Ireland Rose, who preceded her in death. She survived by sons Haskell, Alfred, and Murchell Rose, and a daughter, Melda Patrick. Visitation is this evening, and services will start tomorrow morning in her honor at 11, all of which will be from the Bethlehem to Calvary Church. Burial is going to follow services thereafter at the Smith Family Cemetery at Bloomington. The McGoffin County Funeral Home is in charge of local arrangements.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I want to be your family lawyer. If you've been injured on the job, if you're interested in getting your Social Security disability or SSI benefits, or if you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, or basically, if a car wreck has caused you to suffer pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne, 349-9000.
Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce the newest members of our family, Administrator Elaine Jones and our full-time chaplain Mark Campbell and volunteer Richard Green, new faces with the same sincere desire as these, to assist you and your family with short-term rehabilitation solutions or long-term nursing care needs, close to home and those that you love. Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation. Regardless of the project, big or small, inside or out, Bailey's Carpet has your next job covered with service after the sale on Husqvarna and Red Max power tools and equipment. You covered with great deals on boots and clothing by Georgia, Red Wing, and Carhartt, and your floors covered with premium materials at low prices from Bruce, Armstrong, and more at Bailey's Carpet and Hardware in Salyers-ville.
Howdy, Hatfield. I reckon I'll take my pig back.
Ain't your pig.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is, and I can prove it. Ma, I just sent a picture of our missing pig. Tell everybody it's time to start feuding.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I guess ain't gonna be no feud. Real nice picture, though.
We'll put it on Instagram.
Appalachian Wireless is 4G. Great pictures, video, text, and talk. Bigger savings, better service. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
From time and money saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Sagersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Sagersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time. They've got muck boots for the hills and the mud, work boots for on and off the job, like the newest and maybe most comfortable, hardest working Red Wing ever. They've got Western boots for kicking up your heels and a whole new store full of the newest styles from all the famous makers you love, like Wrangler, Carhartt, Ariat, Miss Me, Leathers by Scully, and more at the brand spanking new Red's Boot Barn in Sayersville. It's a time to cherish and a time to remember the reason. Pause and relish in the joy and spread the spirit of the Christmas season, and it's all best done with a holiday stop at the Seasonal Shop, where they're having their annual open house Thursday, Friday, Saturday the 14th through the 16th, 9 to 6 every day. They'll be serving hot and cold holiday refreshments. You can take at least 20% off the entire store, up to 70% off select merchandise, and an extra 20% off all clearance items. A free gift with every purchase, and be sure to register for one of the great door prizes. the annual Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop Christmas Open House, the 14th, 15th, and 16th in downtown Salyersville. It's Friday, and as we'll do no more than each Friday from this point, as long as there is new information to add, we'll check in with the Magoffin County Court Clerk's Office and see any additional candidate filings in Magoffin County. Tonight, we have several to post. I received the updated list just before close of the Magoffin County Court Clerk's Office this evening. County Judge Executives race, and we're still talking about very early in the process, but even though it's January the 28th, the candidates have to file for nearly all offices, which are up for grabs. It is a closely watched topic here in the area, and we'll be following it as long as there's new information to provide. And as the list grows, we'll probably start just announcing the newest to file and not going over the entire list. Right now, a little better than 40, though. The County Judge Executives race, still the same. J.D. Carty, H.B. Arnott. The Office of Sheriff, as indicated by an asterisk, has one additional name to add, and that is of Clayton D. Howard, in addition to Garlina Minix Likens, Mike Nichols, Hetzel Minix, Carson Montgomery, Bob Jordan, Rick Jordan, and Tim Watkins. And just bear with me for just a second. We appear to have lost our feed. There we are. We're back. Once again, Clayton D. Howard, the most recent candidate to file for sheriff. Already 8 candidates in for sheriff, just a week or so in to the filing opening. Magoffin County Coroner, still the same as last update. Paul Burchell, Republican, Michael Paul Howard, and current County Coroner Mark Jenkins, Democrats, candidates. County Court Clerk, still the same, 2 Democrats, Johnny Arnott and Renee Arnott Shepard. County Attorney's race, still the same, Local Attorney Jeff Lovely and County Attorney and Local Attorney Greg Allen. The Jailer's race, still the same, Brian Montgomery, Tex Holbrook, both Democrats, PVA, Jerry Sweeney, filing for re-election. Another magistrate candidate for District 1, that being Bobby Bailey, a Republican, on the ticket, joining Ralph Doug Allen and Gary Rooster Reisner. Reisner, of course, your sitting magistrate in District 1. 2 candidates for the magistrate seat of District 2, that being Republican Johnny Bentley and Buck LeMaster, of course, magistrate of District 2 at this time, and they are joining Garrett Ward. Magistrate's race, District 3, Magistrate Ronnie Lovely, filing for re-election on the Republican ticket, thus far joining what's a growing field of Democrats, Zachary Montgomery, Larry Bubby Carpenter, Eb Shepard, Everett Allen, and Kelly Lee Miller. Constable's race, District 1, has another name to add, David L. Back, a Democrat, to those of Republican James Rudd, Hanson Rao, and Cleve Cooch Howard, Democrats. Constable's race, District 2, Steve Pelfrey has joined the race, Democratic ticket. It's all Democrats thus far, Stephen Lackey, Ronnie Edward Sloan, and Fonzie Howard. And no constable for District 3 as of yet. I also have, and I don't have it listed, John Short has filed to run for re-election for our state representative in the 92nd District. And that's all I have on the matter at this hour. We'll check back in next Friday and see if there's any more names to add. And last year, Licking Valley RACC forecast, where it's a mixed bag of treats at best tonight. Showers possible tonight. A nice sunny, partly sunny at least, day tomorrow. Mid-60s, near 70 on your Sunday. And while there's going to be several things to talk about in the forecast right now, our main focal point is going to be a strong cold front racing across eastern Kentucky Sunday night that is setting us up for the possibility of some severe weather. The entire scenario right now taking shape similar to that we saw on Halloween. An updated radar image indicates it's shaping up to be a wet one for football in eastern Kentucky. That's right. Week 2 of the championships roll on, and they're doing so under some not-so-nice conditions. A lot of teams in the area, including Johnson Center Golden Eagles, Paintsville, Tigers, and more, all playing tonight in the second round action of the postseason. And they're going to do so under some showers that are going to be light to moderate at times. And those rains tonight will be accompanied by temperatures which are going to drop to around 45, but if you're out in it, it's going to feel a little colder than that. Right now, rainfall estimates for this evening, anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. Now, we started out at 23 degrees this morning. I topped out at 59 here at the newsroom. And like I said, we'll fall down to the mid-40s, but we're going to do so under some persistent showers that are going to yield maybe 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more in some areas. Now, in just the last few moments, the latest update from the National Weather Service, makes me a little more unhappy. We went from partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. I double-checked and rechecked, and kind of go by what they tell me because most of the time they're the best bet. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. A chance of some drizzle before 8 o'clock in the morning. Some fog maybe around the same time period. And then clouds hanging tough all day. 66 for the daytime high. We'll ride out cloudy skies all the way across the board Saturday. And out in front of the cold front Sunday, we'll see maybe some scattered showers Saturday night, technically Sunday morning around the 4 o'clock a.m. time frame. Keep that in mind. The warm air, though, is going to continue to build. 70 degrees right now. Still expected for Sunday. Still mostly cloudy. And Sunday night, still in the mid to upper 40s for nighttime lows. Quiet nights. But that cold front is going to make its way through. And right now, wind estimates are 30 to 40 miles per hour. And that could go one way or the other. And if I'm guessing right now, if it does, it's going to go to the increase. And we might see winds gusting upwards of more than 40 miles per hour. So Sunday night's going to warrant some attention from all of us weather-wise. If you haven't signed up on Code Red as of yet, go to McGoffin.com. Great time to do so, folks. The stormy season, well, you just never know when that season's going to be around here, and it's a wonderful tool to have. You can have it either notify you on your home phone, text, cell phone, whatever, but it's a good thing to do, especially with severe weather threats like this. But keep your eye on the weather on Sunday because it indeed could be a bumpy ride. We will calm down and cool off Monday to 57. And all of next week, I've got sunny, clear, calm skies Monday through Friday. Temperatures anywhere from the low 50s to the upper 50s. It's going to be a pretty decent week. With that said, that's my time. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Enjoy your weekend. I hope it's safe and happy for all. And we hope to see you back here Monday for more of Your News Today. Good night.